I'm gonna start off by saying, yo, man, this dude is watching us. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakwadash. I want to give double honors to the beloved elders, the apostles, the GMS, and peace, blessing, salutations to the hopeful elect out there that consists of the 12 tribes of Israel. And this guy actually came across a Hebrew Israelite camp, scoffed, mocked, but need to say less. As his title, Mary Men Sent More. Dude said some good points. Now, there's a reason why. Basically, was saying how your grandmother slept around and your mother slept around. Um, there's a scripture particularly. Hold on. It's in Sirach. Something that's somewhere in Sirach. Might be 20. Not this one. I'm trying to see. Alright, so I think it's Sirach. Oh, yeah, this is it. Alright. Hold on real quick. Sirach 23. GT. When you read up brighter, it tells you how, basically you will never be acquitted. So there's a certain way, you're supposed to. Let me see. Well, I'm gonna start at 16. It goes, and this is the GNT, Sirach 23, and this goes for man and woman. Because as a man, if you don't control your pleasure, your desires, again, you will become a simp. You will do stupid shit. You will fall in love with whores. You have no morals and you have no boundaries, and you will be a scumbag for women. You will, belittle men and betray men. Just you can, get some women. So I said there are any number of ways to sin and bring down the Lord's anger, but sexual passion is a hot blazing fire that cannot be put out at will. It can't only burn itself out. Yeah. So again, you have to be controlled in your little head because that is one of the reasons why Jake is in the predicament that they're in now. And plus, you have the evil serpent E. That's has given license to these women. He also even says that too, because Anton said, "Your woman sided with the serpent instead of siding with her husband." And like I said, this dude is watching us, man. Um, so I said, a man who lives for nothing but sexual enjoyment will keep on until that fire destroys him. And one thing Esau did too as well is he over sexualized the men of our nation and also our women. So again, we don't really even understand sex education or about anything about sex, and that's why Jake is bugged out, and that's why eventually Esau really wants you to just be controlled by sex and your emotions, easy controllable. To such a man, all women are desirable, and he can never get enough as long as he lives. The man who is unfaithful to his wife thinks to himself, and it doesn't mean him sleeping around. It meaning just out there wilding out. Because the scripture says, if a man bringeth another wife, He cannot diminish what he does for the first wife. But it says, no one will ever know it's dark in here, and no one sees me. I have nothing to worry about. As for the Most High, he won't even notice. This man is only afraid of other people. He doesn't realize that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, that he sees everything we do. Exactly. Even when we tried to hide it, he knew everything that before he created the world as well as after. And another thing too, Esau constantly promoted this whoremonger spirit on Jake. This old pimp, over sexualized play the movie Boomerang, Big Daddy, Cat Daddy, Slick Daddy roles. Starting with the black exploitation era. So, one thing Esau did was draw and put them insecurities in our women. And I mean, there's so many ways Esau attacked our women, and they fell for it. But it says, he knew everything before he created the world, as after. That sinful man will be caught when he least expects it and punished publicly. Now, again, I bring that out to bring this out because just as men are getting caught in these last days and being accounted for, because again, yeah, a lot of our men of our nation, we put our rod in women that are whores, and that was no good, and we had babies by them, and we did a lot of things for them, which we shouldn't. And a lot of times, a lot of men should be dead, and a lot of these women should have been put to death. There's been a lot of adultery, a lot of men messing with other men's wives, and a lot of women that went behind their husbands' backs. So really, a lot of our people should be put to death. But this is why Big Mama is when she. You always wonder why your grandmother is suffering like she is to this day. These days, you wonder why your old women are getting beat up, old women are getting shot up, old women being strung out on the street, homeless, losing their homes. The kids, the grandkids, nobody comes to check on them. They're getting thrown in nursery home. Well, because it was something that she did. So I said 22. The same is true of a woman who is unfaithful to her husband and presents him with a child by another man. And this is, and this movie, not movie, this video that you see. Let's see if it's still up there. Fucking YouTube. Nope. So you go back to the beginning of the lesson, Anton Daniels. He talks about the grandmothers and the mothers. A lot of times our grandmothers stepped out on their husbands and your mother. And, these households you see being brought up, you have a mother and have children by 5 different men, and you wonder why it's so much confusion in your home. In the first place, she has broken the law of the Most High. In the second place, she has wronged her husband. And in the third place, she has made a whore of herself by committing adultery and bearing a child of a man not her husband. And it continues on. The children will suffer for her sin. They will not be able to find a place in society or establish families. She herself will be brought before the assembly and permanently disgraced. There will be a curse on her memory, and after she is gone, everyone will realize that nothing is better than fearing the Lord. Nothing is sweeter than keeping his commandments, because his commands. And that's how, you keep order. But again, Esau, the serpent, and the wickedness of our people, that's why Elder Tahar, he coined this year, the year of Jacob's trouble. And Lord's will really happens because, you Jake just got to fucking go. Because again, you Jakes have Romans the first chapter. You have served the creature, which is Esau, the power of this world. And you're doing the things as your father, the devil. So you're partaking in everything that you see on TV, them stories. A lot of our grandmothers used to watch. I'll never forget it. A lot of those insecurities and the what is it those what is it, newspaper magazines, etc. And you started growing disdain because again Esau put the bug in your ear, the battery in your back, and you started believing certain things like the movie The Color Purple, and then your big mother. And I'm gonna say one thing too, and it caused a little grief in my household growing up. My grandmother never really acknowledged everything my grandfather did. And I remember my mother used to tell me um, that used to get underneath her skin at times because she act like she did everything and not her father. But again, that's big mother, you know. But that's it. It was something short and sweet to the point. Lord's will, you was edified. But yeah, man, year of Jacob's trouble. You know, I don't have no remorse for nobody because again, it's the Lord who brings judgment upon this place, upon our people, upon the other judgment upon the other nations, the heathen nations. So the Lord is in control of all things. He knows how to uh, get those that He wants. So when you see an old woman, or a mother, or a woman, something being done to her, hey, so be it. That was judgment. Because see, Christian pastor pork chop, pastor adulterer never really broke down the scripture to you. Why? Because he had a 501c3. He was paid to lie to you, make you feel good, and make money off of your transgression. As so Esau, who monetize off your dysfunction, which you're not underneath the law or what is it? Damn. Try to rehearse the righteous acts, you become a brute beast. That's why our women are whores, and that's why the so-called black man, starting with the so-called black man, he's a faggot. He's soft. He's like his mother. Everything has been turned upside down. Hey, with that, shalom.